So to answer all the questions that you asked, your first one was describe how you came to Christ. My parents were, my dad was a Lutheran pastor and my mom was a nurse and she played piano in the church. So I grew up in a Christian household. When I was about 15 or like 14, I started going to a Assembly of God youth group that some friends invited me to, and then I just started getting real involved in the youth group and started going to summer camps and stuff. And I was always I was always a Christian, but it was around 14 or 15 is whenever I actually fully, well, as much as I could, understand it more, and so that's when I feel like I fully gave my life to Christ. And it wasn't like a specific day or like a big event. It was just, just sort of just happened over time. So that's the story of how I came to Christ. I grew up knowing all the stories, and then sometime around 15, everything just sort of clicked. So, the next question was, what book would you recommend? I would recommend the book Celebrations of Discipline. It's a book I read when I was in college, and it was really good. It was about, there's 4 inward disciplines. There's meditation, prayer, fasting, and study. There's 4 outward disciplines. There's simplicity, solitude, submission, and service. And 4 corporate disciplines, which is confession, worship, guidance, and celebration. And I just felt like this book was very good for anybody, any Christian, because these are all very good disciplines to have, but especially for leaders, I feel like I feel like it's just a good thing to read and to know and to get into your spirit and everything, especially like praying, fasting, meditation, and all that. And it's just a very simple book. Like, it wasn't complicated. It was just very practical and easy to apply to your everyday life. So, and I also think that this book would be great for like a Bible study, a corporate, group of people for a Bible study. So I'd recommend that book. I thought it was really good and really good for Christian leaders, especially. A book I'm currently reading is Oral Roberts' autobiography, and I really like that book because he wasn't some great, over the top kind of guy, but he just followed, everything he did was in faith. And so he had visions and he heard God's voice, and he went and he just did whatever he felt God was calling him to do. And then look what God did through him with Oral Roberts University and his healing ministries and all that stuff. And so I don't recommend that book because Oral Roberts is like some great, like the greatest evangelical Christian there ever was, but just because he just lived in faith. And I know a lot of people do that, but he has a book, so it's easier to read about him. So my ideal day off, I love spending time with my family. So anytime I can spend time with my family, I enjoy that, or my wife's family. I enjoy spending time with them too. I don't really have a yard right now, but I've always enjoyed yard work. So, someday when I have a yard, I'll enjoy doing that thing and just spending time with the kids and just doing kind of whatever comes to mind or doing something fun. The things that interest me are number one. Well, maybe not number one, but adoption. Me and my wife, we've always wanted to adopt since before we were married, and so that's always been a passion of both of ours. It's just adoption and kids who are orphans and kids who are in the foster care system, and we even had a vision that we would someday have a adoption house for kids who have aged out of the foster care system who have nowhere else to go, and someone actually kind of prophesied that over us, so we're just sort of waiting to see what happens with that. So another interest is songwriting. I've written 10 songs. It's just really fun and putting the lyrics together with the with the chords and everything, and just thinking of the melody lines, and so I don't know, I really enjoy writing songs. They're a lot of fun. Lately at work, I work at New Life Church, and one of my coworkers, he I don't know, he's very easy to talk to. We're very similar, and I don't know, we've had very theologically deep conversations lately about, questions that can never be answered, like what was God doing before he created the world? Like it was just, he wasn't created, he was always there, but there had to be a point where he started creation, so what happened like before that? So like questions like that, there's like, we can't fathom as humans. I think those are a lot of fun. So that interests me, those kind of talks. And also just like going on drives, like with my wife, or by myself, just like, just getting up in the, I don't know, like we live in Colorado Springs, so like Garden of the Gods, just driving through Garden of the Gods, or driving up the mountain or something. I don't know, I enjoy taking drives and putting on good music and just stopping and getting a drink or something. I don't know. So that's about, I hope that covered all the questions you wanted to know. So if not, let me know and I will cover more. So thank you.